Hello, and welcome back to the Announcers Table podcast, where we're going to be previewing this weekend's WWE Fastlane pay-per-view. I'm joined by Lewis Glennon. How are you, Lewis?
Not too bad, mate. How are you?
Yeah, I'm very good. Are you excited for Fastlane?
Yeah, I am actually. I like Fastlane. I've never watched like a pay-per-view live for it, but I don't know. I just
Do you
like
like
it.
the name for it? Do you like the cars?
I think the name's the best name for WWE because Fastlane to WrestleMania.
Yeah, it kind of
It's
fits the
a,
whole road to WrestleMania thing, doesn't it?
it's like an enjoyable filler pay-per-view, not like the other filler
Yeah,
pay-per-views like Payback or
stomping grounds.
Great Balls of Fire.
some excellent names.
Oh, the best names.
So we're going to be running through the card. We're going to give some predictions, and I guess we're really just going to talk about what we think the show's going to be like, because I really don't know, because there's some things in here that could go quite wrong.
See, most of it is filler, but there's also
Yeah,
like interesting bits like Apollo. I can't believe I'm saying this, but like I'm interested in Apollo. Like,
him and his
but
spear.
and his new accent.
We will get on to that, but first we are going to talk about the singles match for the United States Championship. It's Riddle versus Mustafa Ali. What are your thoughts?
Um, see, I've logically you'd say Riddle because obviously he's just got the championship.
Hmm.
WWE are clearly high on him, and Retribution's gimmick is losing.
Yeah,
But no, we'll go with
Mustafa
Riddle.
Ali. He does have a pinfall victory over Riddle. It
There's
was
that.
like shenanigans, but he does hold a victory.
I'm interested in it because he gave an interview saying they don't have enough TV time. He said there's a story there they're not being allowed to tell. But the last
Yeah.
few weeks he's just been like angry at Retribution for them costing it. So really, for the sake of them as a group and the people in it, I hope Riddle wins and this is where Ali just he bins them all off and Retribution just ends.
Yeah, I think that's like the best thing that can come out of it is just Ali flips and just says, "No, I've had enough of this," and just gets rid of all of it
Yeah,
and just
it's the
lets the
only
guys go back to being who they were and not like
yeah
Slapjack and T-Bar.
yeah. I think that's the only good outcome here. So hopefully Riddle.
Yeah, I mean, I really want Riddle to win as well, just because I want that outcome for Retribution to kind of implode and just end basically. But I do think there could be an outside shout of giving Ali the title maybe and giving him the heel run into Mania and letting Riddle get the win at Mania. But
Yeah, it
I
wouldn't
kind of
surprise me.
yeah, I can kind of see it both ways though. I do think they are going towards the end of Retribution more than anything.
Yeah, I feel like again it was just when he was saying about there's a story to be told that makes me think they might pull it on him and then just tell the
Yeah.
story, but
I like
they
the whole
probably won't.
thing I like the whole thing of him trying to teach Retribution how to win. I think
But
that gives, like, a bit of more of an interesting dynamic, and it could be a way of getting the title onto him, like, he gets the title, he shows them how to win and all that kind of stuff.
yeah, it is. But like I like Ali, and I think he could be a star, but like he's not known as like a serial winner. And even
No.
like also like I'd understand if like they made it, but like T, but like they made them like new characters, but it's been acknowledged that like they came from NXT, so obviously it's Dominic
Yeah,
Dijakovic who like he's won matches,
yeah,
like
and it's like it's
like
so obvious, it's like Mia Yim and Shane Thorne, it's like
yeah, but like I hope it's the end because really Mia Ying could be a good addition to women's division, and
oh, definitely, yeah.
Big Dom would be solid. Like
I mean, in NXT, Dijakovic was really good, I thought. So the
yeah,
matches he had with Keith Lee, like, it's such a shame what they're doing with him as T-Bar. It's like,
yeah, just break him out of there and just give him Keith
yeah,
Lee. Do it on main roster.
yeah, that I'd be completely up for that. So we move on to Shinsuke Nakamura versus Seth Rollins. Now, this match was made after SmackDown when Shinsuke hit him with the Kinshasa. So, what are your thoughts on this match? And it's only happened in the last 24 hours, but
I find it so like random the build like the whole like because obviously Shinsuke was in the tag team with Cesaro. And then
yeah,
they sort of like split, and Shinsuke became face again. Got Rising Sun back, which I felt was like good
yeah,
for him.
needed it, yeah.
Looked like he was going to get like the little push. Cesaro was then sort of heel, beating Daniel Bryan, which again was good. But then, like last night, I don't get like what the whole like why Nat's come out and just attacked Rollins. Well, obviously, it's just to get a match, which
Yeah. I
it's
mean,
good for
they're obviously building towards Cesaro and Seth at Mania.
yeah, which is good because that deserves to be
Yeah.
at Mania,
Yeah,
and it'd be good for
definitely.
Cesaro. I think Seth's got to win. Really, it's a shame for Shinsuke, but like Seth's just come back, and since he's come back, he's sort of looked like a loser. Like Cesaro's just beating him up, Shinsuke's beating him
Yeah.
up, and
He
also,
does dress like $1 million. Those suits that he has are amazing.
oh well, his gimmick on a whole's great, but like the
Yeah.
whole thing is that like also before since he went away, like he went with a loss to Murphy, he's on an actual big losing streak here, which no offense to Shinsuke, but he ain't going to be doing anything. He can take
No.
he can
And there
take a
were
stomp.
there were hopes for Nakamura when he got his theme back and his face turn. Everyone kind of thought, oh, this could be like the beginning of a push for him. But he's just not going to win this match. There's no way.
Yeah, it's a shame. Should be a good match. I don't think
Oh,
has
it'll
it
be.
happened before.
Oh, now you're asking. I don't know. Got no idea.
They might have had the face off at like a Survivor Series,
Probably something like that, or in like
but
an
like
elimination
first,
chamber or something.
yeah, first time ever. Just give him 20 minutes, open the show with him.
Yeah, that'd be a great way actually. There's looking at the card, there's some like potential to have some really good matches here. There's not a lot of like
Yeah, you
proper
don't have a
story, a
build.
lot of filler.
Like yeah, but if they open, they won't open with Shinsuke Seth because it's not gonna be big enough. Like,
No.
did you see last night about Sami Zayn and Corbin? How they build that?
Oh, the least anticipated match in
It's just
SmackDown history.
just a joke. Just
That is gonna lead to Kevin Owens and Sammy at Mania though, and that's what a lot of
yeah,
indie
that's
fans have
good.
wanted
But
forever.
like, and I know like people don't like Corbin, and obviously WWE portray this gimmick that Zayn's just like not exciting. But like,
Yeah.
just don't bury your talent like that.
Yeah. The
But
whole like having the film crew following round though is I quite like it. It's a bit different.
they've got to release the actual documentary on the network. I think they're
Oh,
done. If they
yeah.
don't, the actual footage they have has to go.
Yeah, they need to, 'cause there'd be some gold in. Did you see the tweet he did where it was like the text between him and the director?
No, I just saw him tweeting Logan Paul.
Yeah, it was actually after that, 'cause,
Oh.
Zayn said he should, like, put a screenshot of the text between him and the director, and it was like, "Yeah, do you still have the number for the lawyer?" Like, implying that he's done some illegal illegal stuff. So but no, that should be good. But no, there's no way that Seth isn't winning this because they need to make him look strong going into Mania.
Yeah, bottom mile. So
Yeah.
Seth Rollins. Oh, we got
So,
the same predictions here. Is this going to be like a prediction
we've
belt
both
thing?
gone for the same thing. We
Like, are
actually
we in
have.
competition here, or are we just discussing them?
Uh, I mean, I'm happy to turn it into a competition.
Ah, but Dom's not here.
Dom's
We'll
not
we'll
here.
do we'll do the TAT prediction championship at Mania.
Yeah, that
Brand
sounds like the
new.
best way to debut it, yeah.
Yeah,
Bring in the title
big
at the big
time,
show.
baby.
Yeah, big time.
Drawing the fans.
So, I think we might have the same prediction for this match as well. It's a no holds barred match between Drew McIntyre and Sheamus, and I'm gonna say it now, Drew McIntyre is winning this.
Oh, no whole bars. That's all
Yeah.
good. Yeah, Drew's winning, obviously, because he's facing Lashley.
Yeah.
I think the no hold bars thing it could lead to. Well, the good thing is it takes out just a no contest because the Hurt Business get involved.
Yeah.
But I think the Hurt Business that leads it to they'll get involved. Drew and Sheamus will bury the hatchet to fight them off, and then Drew will drop them with a claymore. But you know
Yeah.
what? It's been a good mini feud, like slow build over
Oh,
a few months of them being friends.
the matches
And
they've
they,
had on Raw have been so good as well.
And the series is like people forget the series is tied because obviously Sheamus got the win in the gauntlet over Drew where he pinned him.
Oh, yeah.
So Drew had done all the work.
Yeah.
Then Drew got it back and they had that really good no contest through the week.
Yeah. So it's like the rubber match.
So yeah, should be a good match. But yeah, Daddy Drew,
Daddy Drew is winning.
don't lose.
Daddy Drew's not losing. I
But
don't
big
think he's losing at Mania either. But
nah.
Sheamus, what do you think they're gonna do with Sheamus going into Mania?
I think he could face Goldberg.
Oh no. I don't want to see that.
But I was just thinking Goldberg's got a contract for like 2 matches a year. and apparently one states he has to wrestle at WrestleMania. So obviously he's fought Drew,
Goldberg's
and I
absolutely bought this contract. How's he
and
got
I
that contract?
and I just think like you know what like like I love Sheamus, and I'm glad that like he did sick work in the tag teams.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that this like little singles run has made people show like the Raw matches and made them show how good he is. But he's just gonna be like the guy who he's a mid card safe guy WWE can wheel out like.
Do you see him turning face then after this little feud with Drew if he's going to go with Goldberg, or is he going to be
Yeah, he'll
heel
turn in
against
fight
Goldberg?
because, like I said, they'll do the Hurt Business will come out,
Yeah.
attack them mid match, and then Sheamus and Drew will like bury the hatchet. So it'll be like Sheamus turning face again.
Oh, they absolutely are. And then they're going to do like four tag team matches between Drew and Sheamus against the Hurt Business leading up to Mania on Raw. That's it. That's all the build they're going to do.
They could do. I think they should just leave Sheamus there. Have Drew go through the Hurt Business one by one. So it's him and Lashley, and then reel out Goldberg for sure. I feel like Sheamus Goldberg could have a good build if Bill wasn't like a lazy. He just stands there and goes, "You're next."
Now, you
Like
see,
Sheamus could
at
put some good
Mania,
promos, and they could brawl. But
all I can see now, I've thought about it, is Sheamus's face turn like a couple of weeks before Mania. And then at Mania, the Hurt Business come out to cost Drew, and then Sheamus runs out. Oh, I've just seen it in my head, and I just know that's going to happen now.
as well, Goldberg or that. You know what? The most likely is he'll just stay heel and fight Riddle
Yeah,
for
probably.
the
He'll join
US title.
Retribution. What would his
And then again,
Retribution name
they
be?
had a feud, didn't they? When he was
I've got
called
no idea.
Fireball or Firehead.
Fireball?
It was Survivor Series when
I've got
Riddle
no,
gave him all nicknames.
I've got no
Was it
recollection.
Fireball or Firehead?
I've got no idea. I've got no recollection of this whatsoever.
It was Riddle gave him all nicknames. I can only remember Sheamus's. Keith Lee
Fireball?
used to call him it. Is Fireball or Firehead? Fire Fist? No, that was with Fat Kid
Fire...
off Deadpool 2.
Was that
I
his
don't
name?
know. Huh? Fire Fist, yeah. Well, no,
What,
his
the
real
kid
name was,
in the hospital?
yeah, Russell.
I oh, didn't know they had a name. I just thought he was like Russell.
No, he was trying to call himself it.
No,
I
that's an
think that,
underrated film.
yeah, I think the story gets better that I told myself it's Russell from Up, like growing up.
He's turned heel. The old man died, and you thought, you know what?
And he just got powers. Got a fire fist.
Popped all the balloons with his fire fist.
Oh,
So,
we've gone right off track. So, yeah, Drew's winning.
anyway,
Sheamus is jobbing to Goldberg.
so we've got the same prediction again.
Depends on what the match is. Oh, wait for Drew, yeah.
Yeah. So we're both going Drew. Okay. So we're going to move on to an intergender match between Randy Orton and his black lungs versus Alexa Bliss. Now, I don't think this match is even going to have a finish, so I don't even know what to predict.
Can I predict that it's going to be cinematic? I don't think it's going to be like an actual
Now,
match because WWE aren't big on intergender.
oh, there's no way that they're even going to touch each other.
Like the money is, and this sounds horrible, but the money is Orton like RKOing and punting.
Yeah.
Story wise, like that fits it, but it's going to be like it'll be a cinematic where Bliss is like mind games getting in,
Yeah.
and then he'll finally get a hold of her, and just before he's about to hit, you'll have your creepy little like.
Oh, do you
And then
think this is where the Fiend comes back?
yeah, and see,
Yeah.
he'll have like his melted mask because he's been burnt, and
Do you
rather than a
think he'll
whole
come back? Will he come back as the Fiend, or is he going to come back as some other? Because she's been going on about this other like variant or whatever.
see, this is what I was wondering. I think he's got to come back different because he's been gone for so long, and he got
Yeah.
burnt alive, like, and the whole thing was the Fiend is dead. But I just feel WWE won't miss a trick to like bring back his mask just melted, like. I don't know if
It's
that'd
all
be a good thing or a bad thing. Like no with Kane when they change the masks, like
yeah.
something like along those lines.
Do you think
But then I
it's got all the branding around it though, and it's got all the merch out with the Fiend? I don't think they can change it too much.
think it'll change probably after Mania. The story is Orton and the Fiend. Like
Yeah.
It sounds like an awful children's book, but
Alternate the Fiend by Jacqueline Wilson.
it's not Beauty and the Beast.
Autumn and the Fiend. That's staying in.
But get your ringtones, TAT official.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it'll just
30p
do
a
that,
download.
and he'll appear, hit a mandible claw with his burnt up mask, and Bliss will just laugh.
Yeah,
And I
he'll
don't
get.
know, pin him,
He's
hit
gonna,
Bliss.
so Orton's gonna hit Bliss with an RKO and then line her up for the punt. And then all the lights are gonna go down. And
I
yeah,
don't even think he hits an RKO because do you let that? I know like he's been allowed a few times, but
I
I
mean,
think
yeah,
it'll be
yeah.
like he'll grab her, or
The
it'll be
only
one of
reason
those
I
things.
think that they'll do it is because he's done it to Stephanie, and it's like,
Yeah, actually years ago.
yeah, but they don't have morals.
I get what he's saying, but I feel the image will be like she'll be on the floor, like, and he'll have a chair or something and be looking over her, and she'll look up like, and this whole like, a creepy little thing, it'll break into fear like the first time we've seen.
How quickly into the match do you think he'll start coughing his guts up?
5 minutes,
Yeah, I think it's when
28 seconds.
she'll enter and like click her fingers and something, and he'll spit up.
No, I think she'll do mind games, and then just as he's about to grab her first time, he starts coughing it up,
Yeah,
and then he'll grab her a second time, and we'll get Crispy Fiend.
crispy Fiend. Crispy Fiend sounds like something that KFC are going to release like next week.
All the feed merchandising, could just do it with ease.
Yeah, just put the mask
Yeah.
on the little bits of chicken.
Alexa Bliss, I'm submitting.
I'm going to submit as no contest because that's all I can see happen. I don't see Bliss pinning him, or however they're going to try and finish the match. So I think it'll be a no contest. So we're going to move on to a slightly less strange match. It's a singles match for the Intercontinental Championship. It's champion Big E against
Go.
Apollo Crews, the Nigerian prince himself.
I can't believe we're on a road to WrestleMania and the most invested person
Yeah,
on there is Apollo Crews.
but you know what? He's talented and he's good at it.
Yeah, but still, there's that Nigerian accent.
It is a bit like it's
The
like Kofi
gimmick's
when
good.
he was from Jamaica.
Yeah, the gimmick's good. I like when he beat Shinsuke, like he was struggling and like he grabbed his scarf, and it's like
Yeah,
I like the way they've done it when he was talking to Roman because I felt it would be like he'd be part like Roman's muscle, which Roman doesn't need. But
yeah.
instead, it's like how Roman's channeled like the tribal chief from his family roots.
Yeah, but
Apollo's done the same, but like they've made it a bit tacky. Thank God he's dropped the spear and the guard.
yeah, that was a bit much when he came out with the spear, the scarf, and the accent. It was a bit like, whoa, okay. Someone's shown Vince a video from like Nigeria, and he's gone, right, give me all of that.
Not even like modern day Nigeria, like 1980s.
Yeah.
That might not even be historically
I
correct.
don't even know
like, if
anything
it is.
about Nigeria, so I'm holding my tongue on that.
This could be like a massive culture backfire here.
Yeah,
But it's not.
I'm not gonna go down that rabbit hole. Who do you see winning this? Because they could go two ways with this, and it's either going to be Big E retains, but Apollo looks strong, or Apollo wins it by shenanigans, Nigerian shenanigans. I nearly said Jamaican shenanigans.
My main thinking for these ones is I feel like it's got to go at Mania.
Yeah,
I feel that Mania, Big E and Apollo could have it, or I feel that they're going to go down the route of a 6-man ladder match where we're not going to get Zayn Owens.
yeah.
Bloody hell,
Oh yeah,
and they're going to add those in, and then you'll add in Corbin and I don't know, someone like
yeah.
just in that mid card.
Like when Luke
But-
Harper was the Intercontinental Champion, and they did that ladder
Yeah,
match.
they did it for 2 years straight. It was supposed to like replace Money in the Bank to open.
Yeah,
And I feel they're getting a ladder just to excite the fans. So because of that, I think that's the route they will go, which shame
yeah.
we won't get Owen saying. And then again, 2 nights.
Oh yeah.
Regardless, I'll say Apollo wins, but he doesn't win the title. I think the way they built it up that Big E's like miffed and he's going out to attack him, it will just lead to like
Yeah.
that. Like Big E will get disqualified by
So
beating on him in a corner or something. And
one thing I've just thought reading these is why. So Shinsuke Nakamura was a bit involved in this to start with. Why is
or
he now going for Seth? Because Apollo attacked Shinsuke.
because that's logic in it. Like I said, the Shinsuke Seth thing is just like it's just sort of came out of nowhere.
That just makes Shinsuke look a bit dumb to me. Like he's just forgotten about Apollo. He thought, you know what? I used to be in a tag team with Cesaro. I'm going to go after Seth.
Well, it's like Murphy. Murphy betrayed Seth, well, not betrayed. Saw through Seth's lies, joined
Yeah,
the Mysterios, beat him, and then the other week was begging to be his mate again, and then he's now just nowhere in sight.
they've
And
got
Seth's
such a
getting bit
habit of making people look dumb.
like it's massive. But yeah, I think it's been a good feud so far. It's built on the intensity. I think Big E will get disqualified, beating down
Yeah.
Apollo, and
Do you think
well,
do you think they'll
hopefully,
go for the whole Big E's conflicted and a little bit Healy? Because
I just think
I just see them pushing Big E as this big face because he's got that chair that he sits at ringside. He eats his little dinners. It's
I
like,
think they need to get him just a bit more intense. Like he's good, he sells obviously, but
oh
because
yeah,
of the New Day stuff. But you do need to pull away from the New Day goofiness if you want to take him serious as a single star.
yeah,
And I think like last night on SmackDown, him going to find Apollo and beating him up was good.
yeah.
Again, because he got the head thing as well, so I think Apollo could win. But I hope they drag out to Mania and then Apollo wins it there.
Yeah, I hope they do that, and I hope they don't do the whole ladder match thing because that's like you say, they did it 2 years in a row. I just hope they don't do it again because this feud is bubbling away and it's going quite nicely. So I
Yeah,
think if they can drag it out to Mania, then it'll be a good like a good singles match, not
but
a
again, it's just they could drag it out like Big E would win here. Like they could do it this way where he retains and then he defends him at the match, so it's like Apollo still gets his rematch,
yeah.
but then he can claim like he wasn't pinned and then like he'll win it. But I
So
don't know,
I think I'm
Apollo.
gonna go. I'm a bit. This is probably the match I'm most conflicted on. I think I'm gonna say Big E retains by. I think he's gonna. I think Big E will win by disqualification because I think Apollo will hit.
Yeah, the other way with
Yeah,
the
I think.
steps. Yeah,
Yeah, he'll hit him with the stairs. They'll snap, and that'll be the way they build it. It'll be the
yeah.
whole Apollo's had too many shots, and then Big E's like, "Oh, give him me. I want him anyway." That kind of thing. So yeah,
You
I'm gonna go
know,
for Big E through disqualification. I think.
DQ finishes all round.
Oh yeah, but would you put it past them?
No.
Exactly. So we're gonna move on, and we're gonna go into the women's tag team division, which is a
Ugh,
mess. It's a complete and utter mess. I've
not
got
even a
no interest
division.
in it. I don't even want to talk about this match because I think it's so stupid. But it is champions Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler, and Reginald taking on Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair. Obviously, Reginald's not actually in the match. It just says with Reginald. So,
See, the thing is,
what are your thoughts?
the only good outcome for this, for me, is you either have Belair or Sasha. One of them cost each other. Nia and Shayna retain. They're going to
Yeah,
retain.
yeah, yeah.
But you've got to have Belair. This whole, like, they've booked Belair so right for the Rumble. And then, like,
Oh yeah, they've
they've
messed
just
it up.
they've gone the wrong way with this whole, like, friendship, respect thing. The fact that she was pinned by Tamina. But then the
Yeah,
fact that Tamina and Natalia attacked him last night, like, I don't know what's going on.
I can
I fear
see.
that.
I think that they're gonna do like with the Intercontinental title. I think they're gonna do a big multi-team match at Mania with like Natalia and Tamina and Lana and Naomi and all that kind of stuff. They're gonna do a big tag team match
You
for
know
the
what?
women's tag titles. I think.
I'm changing my prediction to Sasha and Bianca.
Ooh,
And you know what
ooh.
I think they're gonna do?
Go on.
It's gonna be the whole Reginald's in love with Sasha, and so it's
Yeah,
gonna be he's duped Nia to prove himself to Sasha. and then
Oh yeah,
because it's 2 nights WrestleMania, and Sasha and Belair like are hailed as like like that
yeah.
they're athletes, they can go. They'll
Workhorses.
defend the tag titles on one night, and then they'll have a fight on the next night.
Oh, they're gonna do like the whole Wrestle Kingdom thing in New Japan where they just defend the title one night and then, or they win it and then defend
Yeah,
it.
and they'll big it up like, oh, look, because Belair's the EST, like the fittest and
Yeah,
whatever, and Sasha's the boss, she can
unbelievable.
do it, like, and they'll
Oh,
do
you've
that.
nailed it. You've absolutely nailed it.
But then that's also stupid because I just don't know what Reggie does. I don't want. What's the point of Reggie? Like,
I
he was
mean,
fun.
he's good.
He was
He's
fun for like that little Carmella Sasha thing, and that's
yeah.
where he should have left. But like, no, they'll do that. But Sasha doesn't want Reggie. Like,
They I think this is really holding Sasha and Bianca back, this whole I mean, if you just gave Sasha and Bianca, like, 2 months to build a Mania feud, I think they could nail it.
yeah,
Having all this, like, tag they're going for the tag titles and then Reginald's involved, it's just
and
muddling it up.
WWE love like the whole like putting like enemies with tag belts, like Cena and Batista before.
Yeah,
Not Ce- and then they did it before Mania. Michaels and Cena they went
yeah.
into their Mania match as tag
Well,
champs.
you just look at NXT this past week, you had Finn Balor and Karrion Kross trying to go
Yeah,
for the NXT tag titles. I know that was because of COVID issues, but, like, it's just they didn't need to do that.
yeah. Who else? Seth and Braun when Seth was
Yeah,
Universal title and they were
yeah.
fighting. So they'll do that. I think
Oh, but I hope they don't.
they
They need
shouldn't, but
these 2
that's
shouldn't
what I
be
predict.
anywhere near this.
Yeah, just leave it. Like,
And what was the point in having the whole thing in NXT with, against Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez where the Adam Pearce came out? There was no need for that to
well, it
happen.
was to get the NXT tag titles, but that's just as
Yeah,
more
but
pointless.
they shouldn't have to do that to get the NXT Women's Tag Titles. They should have just announced it. Announced that the Dusty Classic was for the tag titles. Don't just have
Or they
Adam
should have
Pearce
just put
come
it on them. Like, they should
out.
just get rid of the women's tag titles. They were at the time they got invented. The division was thin, so it was just
Yeah.
they're literally props, and it's ruined a really good WrestleMania feud.
I don't
Unfortunately,
mind I don't mind Nia and Shayna. Like, I think if anyone's gonna have the titles, it's probably best that they have them at the minute. But what they don't need to be involved with Sasha and Bianca, especially going into Mania.
yeah. But what can you do?
What can we do? So your prediction is, just to confirm it,
Sasha and Bianca.
I'm gonna stick with Nia and Shayna, but I think you might have nailed it. So we move on, and I think this is gonna be the main event, personally. It's singles match for the WWE Universal Championship. It's Roman Reigns, the champion, with Paul Heyman and obviously Jey Uso against Daniel Bryan with Edge as a special guest enforcer, and that was decided last night. So, what are your thoughts on this?
See, I'm torn because Roman ain't dropping,
No.
but I feel like they are going to make it a triple threat at
Oh, do you
Mania because I just feel the whole Daniel Bryan, the way him and Edge, they've started building up stuff.
think?
They nailed it last night, having the fact that Daniel Bryan is going to be the first person to tap Roman out, and like he looks
Yeah.
like fearful. And I just think as well, everyone thought who was everyone like everyone was like Daniel Bryan's going to win the Royal Rumble. I mean, it was only like Edge came back like a week before, so I
Yeah.
reckon Daniel Bryan was actually pinned down to win it,
Do you think?
and then Edge injuries came back because he keeps talking about one last run, like and all this.
Yeah.
Have you seen the Hall of Fame mistake or leak
So
from
I had
her?
we were talking about this before we actually started recording, and you pointed it out to me, and
Yeah, so it's on the
it's a bit of a
network.
shock.
Yeah, there's something just saying like the Daniel Bryan story, 2021 Hall of Famer inductee.
Yeah, which is
So I
mad.
feel like he's going to go in there. It'll be a triple threat. And then that gives WWE their way out where either Roman can retain by beating Daniel Bryan or Edge can win it and not pin Roman.
Hmm.
So they can carry that feud on.
Oh, that'd be good
Uh,
actually.
and then if this Hall of Fame thing is true and not like a mistake, then
Yeah.
DB retires. Because obviously he's just
Yeah.
had his kid. But then I just don't know how you get there. I feel like a no contest because DB and Edge, DB hit him with a running knee. So Edge could get involved. Uso's going to get involved.
Yeah. You see,
And I feel like,
the whole thing that I can the whole time this has been happening, all I can see happening is Roman beats Bryan, and then it's Roman Edge at Mania, and then it's Bryan and Jey Uso at Mania. That's
yeah, that's another way.
that's what I've thought, but
I
again,
don't,
like
I
you
just
say with
feel,
this whole Hall of Fame thing, whether it's real or not, we kind of need to take it into account because
even
it's out
before that, I thought the triple threat, like, they've invested in Bryan and Reigns having a feud, obviously.
there. Yeah.
But then they've gone off the side and made it Edge him. And Bryan's been a bit heelish, which makes it.
Yeah.
And I just feel it's a shame that Edge gets robbed of that thing. But I think I'd rather triple threat because it adds intrigue. I know
The
Edge has
triple
gone
threat
like
is
his
the triple
matches are.
threat as well can kind of take quite a lot of the pressure off Edge because he hasn't had that many matches
Yeah.
in the last 10 years, let's be
Well,
honest,
that's the
because
thing. I
he was
know like he's gone like his first three matches have been like what over an hour and whatever, but like two
yeah,
were pre-recorded. Like you
yeah.
said, he hasn't actually had like a proper run for 11 years. DB can help him with that.
The only
Uh,
2 guys that he's properly gone with since coming back were Randy Orton and Jey Uso, but the Jey Uso match was just on SmackDown last night, and it was like 15 minutes.
yeah, and the autumn match they were both pre-recorded, so it's really the rumbles where he's put in
Yeah.
like the time.
And even in the Rumble,
Um,
you can kind of you see the guys that are chilling out in the corner, don't you? They take time off. So I
yeah,
think it could be a triple threat could be a way where Edge just maybe if he's
but
not in,
also
like, the greatest
the
of shape,
main
he could go outside and yeah.
the main thing for me is it adds intrigue to it. I don't know about you, but personally, Edge Roman, I think it's a good story, whatever. But I just don't see Edge winning it. I just see
No.
that as like a foregone, which for a main event, which it will be,
Yeah.
you don't want. You're chucking Daniel Bryan, and I'm starting to think they could do this where he beats Edge, like Edge gets a pin or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, I don't see any other way unless it's a triple threat that Roman's dropping the title for until at least SummerSlam.
Yeah, so I think they'll do that. So I reckon just a no contest.
Yeah, maybe. Edge that the whole special enforcer thing as well throws that into the mix, where
Yeah,
Edge could call it a DQ for whatever reason, or there's a
yeah,
slow count or a fast count. That whole dynamic really adds to it. But Jey Uso's definitely getting involved in this match, even though he lost last night.
yeah, defo. Well, that's his
Uh,
shtick, innit?
yeah,
Brian as well on commentary, he was so good. But he
yeah,
pointed it out like Jey Uso was in a match, Roman was nowhere in sight.
yeah.
Yet when Roman's struggling.
So do you think they could bring Jimmy back?
I'd hope so, but I don't know like his injury on like how long or whatever.
I don't know anything about it. I was just just throwing it out there as another potential.
Well, that'll be but when he's back. They've got to be going that stable.
Oh, and they absolutely have to have the tag titles. Like,
It's a shame if he was coming back now. I'd play because like they said that their dream is to have a WrestleMania match, and I
yeah,
remember like talking about 3 years ago, and I was like, that's a shame because they're not single stars. But now Jay is, and I reckon
Jay
you could
is.
get Jimmy. If he was back, you could probably get a Mania match out of those two,
I
which
still
is a
don't see
shame.
that
But
happening because when the Hardys had their match, the only reason I don't see that happening is because I think they just look too similar. The match would be really confusing unless but one was wearing red and one was wearing green.
well, yeah, it'd be like they could do that though. Like if Jimmy's trying to pull Jay back, Jay could wear like I don't know, like whatever Roman puts him in,
Yeah,
and Jimmy could
the
just.
Shield gear.
Well, that's the thing. Jay could dress up in his usual like Uso, like he's dressed now, and Jimmy could change, like wrestle topless,
Yeah. So
or
what is
which
your?
one wears a grill? Just do that.
That's Jay that wears the grill, isn't it?
Yeah, just
Because
look
he's
for
the bad
the
man.
one with a grill.
Because they were in the penitentiary. They're prison people.
I want a grill.
I want a grill. I think we should both get grills for the next podcast, and we'll talk with them in, so can't tell what we're saying.
In tribute to the Usos.
In tribute to Jimmy, even though it probably wasn't him that wore it.
I don't know which one it is.
They're so confusing. They're so alike. It's not like the Hardy Boys where you can like tell who's who.
That's a struggle of a twin, as one myself, you know.
Yeah. Which are you the twin that wears the grill?
Yeah, I don't know.
That took a lot of thinking about.
I'm the twin who just turns on them at this point, but
So, what is your final prediction for Reigns and Bryan then?
no contest.
Okay, I'm gonna stick with Roman Reigns retains, and we're getting the singles matches, and I think it's gonna be Bryan versus Jey Uso at Mania.
Yeah,
So,
I feel like I've overthought like a load of
yeah,
these, but
you're
it's
just
because
booking yourself into a corner.
it's just how I book it because we're on a fast lane.
We are on the fast lane, and that is all of the announced matches. Whether any tag team titles are going to be defended, who knows? Because they don't seem to care about those. Who
They could chuck
absolutely?
in a little New Day Hurt Business rematch.
Yeah, that's probably the best shout for the pre-show, I guess.
It's a
Chuck it
shame if
on.
it's on a pre-show, but
I can
I
see
feel
them
like that they
doing
could whack in like a Mysterios versus Chad Gable and Vader 2 on the pre-show.
that. Excuse me.
Oh no, you know what they're doing on the pre-show? They'll do a 8-man tag between all the SmackDown like ones.
Oh yeah. Ugh.
Street Profits and Mysterios versus the Dirty Dogs and
Dogs.
Alpha Academy. AA.
Vader 2, as you've just said.
What about he's Vader 2?
Is he? If he comes out in a mask, I'd be all for it.
He is.
And the
And
things
it's
with the
actually
little.
the best thing for him, rather than him just walking around going yeah all the time.
Yeah.
Is he still
I
with
like.
Mandy Rose? That's the question I want to know.
I don't know. Isn't
That
Mandy
relationship,
Rose is with somebody? I think
what, Dana
she's with
Brooke?
somebody. No, she's with somebody.
No, like kayfabe.
Oh, in kayfabe. Oh, who? God knows.
Because it's like Miz moved her to Raw. I'm gonna sneeze. No, I'm not.
Oh,
Um,
tease.
what a turn, roller
You little
coaster
tease.
for a fast lane build. Uh,
Go on the fast lane to Sneezeville.
it was like Miz just moved her to Raw, and then it was like, okay, Pat
She,
Felicia.
she's dating somebody in NXT who Dom told me got signed to AEW, but got signed as a spy by. So the
Oh,
WWE sent him over to AEW to spy on them and tell them what was going to happen in the show. And
Double O
he did
07.
he did it for 1 week, and they told so like he was telling WWE what was going to happen on Dynamite, and then WWE like leaked.
That's smart.
Yeah,
That's
and then
that's big.
obviously AEW fired him, and now he's back in NXT. His name's Tino Sabatelli,
He's got to get a pull there.
and he's with
Push.
Mandy Rose.
Tino Sabatelli. Sounds like a
Yeah,
football manager region.
it's like Pirlo's regen on FIFA.
Push Tino.
Push Tino, yeah. So, what do you think is going to be match of the night?
Drew McIntyre, Sheamus.
Yeah, I think it's for me. It's between that or Nakamura, Seth Rollins. It depends how long they
Yeah,
give Seth and
Seth
Nak.
Rollins. Yeah, it'd be Seth and Nack if you could guarantee the time. I think Drew and Sheamus would be guaranteed the time. So that
Yeah,
legit.
especially with the stipulation, the no holds barred stuff.
Yeah,
They could
get a good
go
22 minutes.
nice 22. They could go the whole. They could just give Seth and Shinsuke like 10 minutes, and that wouldn't be enough.
They should just open, give them 20.
Like you say,
But
they're
they
not going
won't.
to do that.
I'll open with Rids.
With who? Oh, Matt Riddle.
Rids on them.
Yeah. Put why?
Well,
Oh, just give him his first name back.
nah, Matt's too boring. That's the name of the boring Hardy.
Yeah,
You
but
can't have that because,
Randy
yeah,
and
but
Drew,
Randy and Drew don't fight
Daniel,
on the enemy show. Unlike
Apollo,
that other Hardy who's boring.
the other
And
Hardy, big money Matt when there's no money.
I'm telling you, they're only pushing Edge because Matt jumped ship.
They're gonna stop pushing him as soon as Christian gets pushed in AEW. Like, what's going on here then?
Remember when everyone thought it'd be Edge and Christian versus Roman and Jay at Fastlane?
Yeah, and then Christian turned up to his TNA music, which
Ah,
I popped massive for. So
for the peeps.
that is all of it. That is the whole of Fastlane previewed, and that is the whole of Fastlane predicted. Thank you very much for listening. It's been our pleasure. Don't forget, like, subscribe, head over to announcerstable.com where I'm putting in content. At Table Announcers on Twitter, mine is Scott Weaver 24. And Lewis, what's your Twitter?
I think it's just at Lewis Glennon.
So follow us both. And again, thanks for listening.